Hey everybody, welcome to Rapid Fire Meals with Derek. It's been a few days, but just want to let you know I've been busy with school and testing. But good news is everything came out well. So tonight we've got a great meal plan. We're going to be making my famous pizza. And uh, and if you notice, I have a bit of a tan today. That's thanks to Javi. Um, she said I needed one because I was pale. I just told her I was rocking the Edward look from the Twilight books. But alright, so for tonight we're going to start from scratch. We're going to teach you how to make your own dough. Then we're going to roll it out, cook it up, and it's going to be great. Alright, to get started we're going to need 1 cup of tepid water. And that's water that's about 115 degrees. And to put that in perspective, normal body temperature is about 98.6 degrees. So this should be slightly hotter than your normal body temperature, slightly warm or hot to your touch. So let's go ahead and add that in. Alright, and to that you want to add 1 package of rapid rise dry yeast. I have a big pack, so for me that is 2 1/4 teaspoons. Next, take a whisk or fork and whisk it all together. And what we're doing right now is we're reactivating the yeast, because the yeast are in a dried out or desiccated form. So we're going to stir them around for about 5 minutes until the water starts to get frothy and foamy. And that's how we know that we're ready to start adding in the flour. Alright, so we've been stirring for about 5 minutes now, and you can see it's starting to get a little frothy and foamy. Now, to this mixture, we're going to add 3 cups of unbleached flour, and then we're going to add a little honey and a little extra virgin olive oil. Alright, I'm just going to add a few glugs of extra virgin olive oil. And a little bit of honey. And this is really something you can add to taste. If you like it a little sweeter, throw a little more honey in. If you don't like it sweet, leave it out. But the honey is one of the things that really makes this pizza recipe so great. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stir this by hand. Then, if you have a stand mixer, this would be a great time to use it. If you're using a stand mixer, you would add all these ingredients in and use it until the dough starts to pull away from the dough hooks. You'd use the dough hook attachment. And you just keep stirring until all the water is soaked up by the flour and it comes together as a big ball. So you see, the dough's been mixing, it's starting to come together, and my spatula just wasn't cutting anymore, so I'm going to dive in with my hands and continue to mix it. Make sure everything's all mixed together really well. Alright, so we've got the dough all together. It's soaked up all the flour. I'm going to knead it a few more times by hand, then create a round or a dough ball. Now the dough should have a slightly tacky consistency, and if it's a little too wet you can always add in more flour. If it's a little too dry you can always add in a little bit of water. So you're going to take that dough ball, put it in a bowl. I'm going to cover it with some plastic wrap and let it rise until it doubles in size. This usually takes about 35 to 45 minutes. Then we're going to come back, roll it out, and bake it. So the dough's had time to rise now. I'm going to remove the plastic wrap. As you can see, it's doubled in size. Now we're going to take our fist and punch it down. Knead it a few more times by hand, and then we're going to divide it into 3 equal rounds, or 3 equal portions. We're going to take one of these balls and roll it out. I'm going to roll mine out on a cookie sheet, just because it's going to be easy to slide right into my pizza stone in the oven. If you have a pizza peel, I would recommend using that, but if you don't, go ahead and find a cookie sheet or anything really. Now I'm going to take one of my little pizza balls I have and throw a little flour onto my cookie sheet and then roll out this round. And you want to be generous with the flour so your round doesn't stick to your cookie sheet or your pizza peel, whatever you're using, or your rolling pin. And you just want to work this into a round pizza shape. If you don't get it perfectly round, it's okay. It'll just give it that rustic look and that homemade feel. So you can see I've been working the dough, rolling it out for a few minutes, and I've got it to what looks to be a pretty good pizza shape. Now what you want to do is give it a little shake and make sure it moves smoothly. Now if any of the places start to stick to your pan that you're rolling it out on, you want to roll it back the dough and throw a little flour on there. We're doing this so we can slide it right into the oven right off of our board. If you're not comfortable with doing that, it takes a little practice, but if you're not comfortable with it, you can always just roll it out onto a pizza pan or a cookie sheet and just put that directly into the oven. And now that the pizza is rolled out, I'm going to take some fresh mozzarella and I'm going to slice that up to go on top. And then we're going to add a little sauce, toppings that we've made, the mozzarella, and throw it into a preheated 450-degree oven and let it bake for about 10 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to add a little pizza sauce. The pizza sauce I'm using tonight is porcini and portobello mushroom, made with Napa Valley Merlot. Alright, I have some pre-cut and pre-cooked chicken I'm going to throw on. Some sun-dried tomatoes. This doesn't have to be perfect, just sprinkle them on. Then you can throw your mozzarella on top. And if you don't have access to fresh mozzarella, you could always get the shredded. You could always use different flavors of the shredded cheeses. I've tried almost every different combination and they always come out great. I also recommend the Mexican cheese. Those are great for a spicy kick. Now we're going to take this and throw it into the oven, like I said earlier, that's been preheated to 450 degrees. Alright, give it a little shake. Slide it right onto the pizza stone. Now that'll cook about 10 minutes until the crust is golden brown. Okay guys, about 10 minutes have elapsed. Let's pull out our pizza and check it out, see how it is. Ooh, check that out. Yummy, huh? The best thing about the pizza recipe is it makes enough for a whole pizza party, and you can add whatever toppings you like. Now for the moment of truth. Oh, that was really good. Alright guys, so I'd love to hear from you. If you have any requests or anything, send them my way. If you try any of my recipes, please make me a video response. I'd love to see you cooking in the kitchen. So thanks for watching tonight guys, I really appreciate it, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time on Rapid Fire Meals.